I will be giving a presentation on Android 10, what's new. What is Android 10? It's the next version of Android. When did Android 10 launch in full? Early September 2019. How much does it cost? It's a free update. Little background. Android is a mobile operating system based on a modified version of the Linux kernel and other open source software. It was designed primarily for touchscreen mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. Android Inc. was founded in Palo Alto, California in October 2003 by Andy Rubin, Rich Miner, Nick Sears, and Chris White. In July 2005, Google acquired Android Inc. for at least $50 million. The Android operating system has been the world's most popular mobile software since 2011. The StatCounter global statistics shows Android outpaces iOS by 76.2%. Android 10 has been officially released. It isn't available for all phones just yet because each OEM must develop their own version of the update for each phone and work with the carriers to release it. This can take months. Don't be surprised if you don't get your Android 10 until 2020. However, Google Pixel phones gets the latest version on launch day. Surprisingly to no one, the Essential phone is also getting day one compatibility in select markets. Phones that have Android 10 to date are the Google Pixel 3, Pixel 3 XL, the Google Pixel A, the Pixel 3a XL, Pixel 2, Pixel 2 XL, and the Pixel XL. On August 2019, it was announced that Android Q would officially be branded as Android 10, ending the historic practice of naming major versions after desserts. Google plans to keep the dessert names for future internal development builds. Here's a sample of some of the ones that we've known in the past: apple pie, cupcake, donut, eclair, froyo, gingerbread, honeycomb, ice cream, sandwich, jelly bean, Kit Kat, lollipop, marshmallow, and the current version is simply named pie. Now, the new name comes as part of an overhaul to the design, branding, and logo, which aims to make it easier for users to navigate the OS, as well understand which version of Android is the latest one. As part of the design update, Google will change the logo and color scheme of Android to give it a more modern, accessible look. Google is also changing the color of the logo from green to black to make it easier for visual impaired people to see it. As you see from my example here, we have Android Pie with the little green guy, and he's going to go away for the more simplified logo as you see on the bottom of the screen. Security is always an issue, and with Android products, they are not an exception. So as a result, Google is going to be beefing up the security, because there are more than 2.5 billion devices worldwide. Any lapse in security can have a profound consequence for its users. A recent report revealed that malicious apps on Google Play had been downloaded more than 8 million times by Android users. Android devices already get regular security updates. In Android 10, you'll get them even faster and easier. The Google Play system updates, important security and privacy fixes will now be sent directly to your phone. Manually check for security patches by going to Settings, Security, Google Play System Update. Here's a screenshot to show you how that would look. As you can see, you're in the security tab, and then it shows you the date of the latest update. One of the big things about Android 10 is the system level dark mode. It's part of the new update. Google also introduced dark mode, a highly anticipated feature among Android users. The new dark theme is designed to make it easy on your eyes when using a smartphone in low light conditions. Google claims it also will help prolong the device's battery life. Here's a screenshot of the new background. As you can see, the lettering just pops, in my opinion. It's a really good design, and I think everyone should give it a try. Now, one of the other things that Android 10 will be doing is going to be providing support for the newer devices, such as folding phones. Its interface can seamlessly transition between different screen shapes. Both Samsung and Huawei have planned to release folding smartphones later this year in the form of the Galaxy Folds and the Mate 10. Their launch has been delayed due to issues with the mechanism, but I believe the Samsung Fold is already now back on the market. Another big trend that is becoming a reality, and we're hearing a lot about it, is native 5G. This year, as mobile network operators around finalizing testing and deploying 5G. Several 5G-capable smartphones have already been released. The Huawei Mate 10, the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G, and a couple other brands which I'm not familiar with. But you'll be seeing more 5G-capable devices in the near future. Be mindful that you need a special phone to run 5G. One of the things I think people will really like is the focus mode. This is one of the several digital well-being features in Android 10. What if, besides setting timers so you can restrict your usage of certain applications, you could just flip a switch and block them until you're ready to use them again? As the name suggests, it helps us stay in focus. It fights distraction. When we don't want phone calls, emails, the news, it's like a do not disturb mode instead of a blanket cutoff. It lets us decide which apps have access to notification and which don't. Here's a screenshot of the focus mode, and you can see here you can pause any application from interrupting your whatever you're doing at the time. So if you're watching a video and you don't want to have messages pop up and say that you have received a text message from so-and-so, or there is a news flash, you can block those on an individual basis. There's also a new sound amplifier. So you can hear what's around you more clearly. With the sound amplifier, your phone can boost sound, filter background noise, and fine-tune however you hear best. Whether you're talking to someone, watching TV, or listening to a lecture, just plug in your headphones and hear everything clearly. Here is a screenshot of that feature, and as you can see, you can adjust the sound, the background noise, and source of the audio, and you can also adjust the ears separately, or you can have them sync together. Live Captions works with video, podcasts, and audio messages across any app, even stuff you record yourself. So this is a really big feature in Android 10. The feature will live caption any video that's being played without a data connection. That's very interesting. As soon as a speech is detected, captions will appear without needing Wi-Fi or cell phone data and without any audio or captions leaving your phone. To activate live caption, play a video and then press a volume button. The volume slider that shows up will have a caption button at the bottom. Just tap on it. You can then move around the caption by dragging it around the screen. So you can have it on the top or the bottom or in the middle, however you want it. Here's a screenshot of that application. As you see, this caption right here, do you like the blueberries? The blueberries? Delicious. Here comes more. And that little caption right there can be moved in any position on the screen. Smart Reply is going to be another popular feature, I believe, because it will offer quick responses and actions to incoming messages. You can easily send a 1 to 2 word answer to someone or tap on a link to open a corresponding app. The actions work with YouTube, links, and addresses found in Google Maps. Android 10 can also use Smart Reply with any of your favorite messaging apps. So, you think Google is possibly snooping on you and what you're up to? Well, the company says no. This is all done on the device thanks to the on-device machine learning, and nothing ever leaves your device for Google's remote servers. So here's an example. There's a message that's come in and says, hey, let's meet at Sophie's house tonight. It's at 797 South King Street. Well, Smart Reply will then offer you a map to show you the exact location and directions for Sophie's house. And you need not do anything. You just tap the little tab right here that says Open Maps, and then it'll show you the location. You're also going to have better permission controls. New permission manager with better controls. Updated location permission dialog appears when apps request a device location. Instead of granting the app all or nothing access, the new option only allows the permission while the app change disables the app's ability to check the device location in the background when it's closed. So rather in the past, you had two choices. You had, do you want this application to recognize your location, and it was always or never. But now you can grant that on an as-needed basis. Updated permissions menu can be accessed by going to the Settings, Privacy, and Permissions Manager. You can see what apps have permissions to perform certain types of actions and revoke access to each permission as needed. So here's an example of that. You notice that the new wording is allow only while using the app, and the other one is deny. And that's different from current, where it says always allow or deny, but now you can do it as needed. Google has done quite a bit to improve Android security credentials and privacy-focused features. Find and adjust all your privacy settings in one place, such as the MAC address randomization, limiting the app's access to critical location information on a need basis, opt out of ad retargeting and personalization, and you have now a dedicated privacy menu. So in your settings, you'll find a entry that says privacy, and when you tap that, that will take you to a variety of options that you can elect to use or not. Now, gesturing is going to be replacing the physical buttons on the new devices, and they're going to have increasingly play a role in the Android navigation. The 3 or 2 button navigation system has been replaced with a gesture bar. A quick swipe up will take you home. A swipe and hold will open the recent menu. A long swipe from the home screen opens the app drawer. What happens, and the big question is, what happened to the back button? Well, the back gesture is now available by swiping inwards from either side of the display. An arrow icon will appear as you swipe to indicate the action. The Google Assistant also has received a new gesture. You can swipe diagonally towards the middle of the display from either of the bottom 2 corners, and a short animation will appear on the bottom of the device. Shortly after, the virtual assistant will be ready to go. Virtual assistant, excuse me. And as you can see in this example, as you notice, there's a new menu bar at the bottom that's been come as a result of the gestures. And then here, as you can see, there's an arrow that shows to take you back to where you were from. So when you swipe either left or right, you have that arrow. So the full gesturing-based navigation is going to be part of the Google Assistant, either on the Pixel or the Essential phone. Change the navigation style by going to Settings, System, Gestures, System Navigation. And you can also switch between the new gesture navigation, 2-button navigation, which was the default on Android 9, and the classic 3-button navigation. Another new feature is the built-in screen recording. You can take advantage of Android's built-in screen recorder anytime you wish to share your screen. This feature allows recording, pausing recordings, stop and save, and, of course, share. There aren't any special settings or confusing options, making it a pretty straightforward tool. By default, this new feature is hidden, but you can unlock it through the developer options. With a few steps, you can take advantage of this feature and never have to download another screen recording app again. To enable the screen recording, you want to go to the Develop Options menu, select Feature Flags in the debugging section. Next, find the settings _screen record _long _press flag and toggle it on. As you can see here, we're in the developer options, and the developer options is turned on. And if you scroll down, you'll find settings _screen record _long _press. And you just need to slide the slider to the right, and that turns the feature on. One of the big features of the Android system, and becoming more prevalent in the new automobiles, is what's called Android Auto. And what that does, it enables you to plug in your smartphone using a USB cable in any compatible car or aftermarket stereo. You just simply plug in your phone and start using Android on your car's display. No app download is necessary. As you can see here, you see all the popular apps that you've come to recognize on your phone now shows on your car's infotainment system. Google Maps, Spotify, YT Music, and anything that you've downloaded to your phone will now be available through your car infotainment system. There's another example where Spotify has been enabled, and you see it's playing a tune called I Like Me Better, and it has the navigation controls, pause, the back, forward and back, for the tracks. And then notice at the bottom, it's also, the navigation is also running, and it's showing you that 1,000 feet you need to turn on Charleston Road. And then at the bottom, there's all your other applications that are available just for tapping on your car touchscreen, and you can access all the apps that are on your currently on your phone. And of course, what's a new operating system without having Easter eggs? Well, Android 10 is no exception. But instead of a Flappy Bird clone found in the previous Android versions, there's now a puzzle that offers hours of entertainment. To utilize that, you go to Settings, About Phone, Android version, and then tapping on Android version in rapid succession. Then tap and hold each of the on-screen items to move them around the display. You'll be taken to a custom nonogram puzzle game. You can solve it by following the numbered blocks surrounding the board and tapping on the individual squares. Once completed, you will see an Android-related icon. And there's a screenshot. Once you solve the puzzle, the next time you launch the Easter egg, you'll get a brand new nonogram to solve. It's quite simple. Just use the legends to work out which grid squares need to be filled in. Rotate your display to see the legends on either side. Once you have done that, you'll reveal an image. Some of them are more difficult than others, but they can be solved simply by trial and error. So you want to check out this 9 to 5 Google video, and it'll give you a lot more information. Also, under resources, the best features in Android are available now, and here's some hyperlinks that you can use to see those. There's one for Android Auto. There's one for gadget hacks. Android 10 release date, new features, and everything you need to know. And then check out, of course, this 9 to 5 Google video on the Easter eggs. And then here's the stat counter that we referenced earlier, and you can find out more information or keep track of which operating system is outpacing the other. So far, the Android app, the Android OS is far beyond iOS, but that might change. So some of the things we deal with is How to Geek Graphics. John Sandino was the author. Other graphics from Android.com and Android Auto.